Edition trot of 1 mile, a purse of $3,000. Race sponsored by the La Feminez Cabane 498 Dale Howe. Exact is in tries. A field of 9, no changes. The one is Tropical Paradise by Harry and Iris Horowitz of Brooklyn, New York, trained by Tim Rucker with Debbie Rucker at the lines. The 2 is Peaceful Sakra by Christine Barnes of Thornville, Ohio, trained and driven by David Morgan. The 3 is Joy's Last Girl by Larry Joe Nybert of Richwood, Ohio, trained and driven by Eddie Bibler. The 4 is Rachy Bug by Debbie Geiler of Patasko, Ohio, trained and driven by Sandy Beatty. Number 5 is DYNA Slick, owned by Thomas Owen Tharps and James Shaniger of Ohio, New York, trained by Tom Tharps, Bob Harper. The 6 is First Fiddler by Tom York Jr. of Granville, Ohio, trained by Jim Artledge Jr. Jeff Fount is up. The 7 is Striking Sabrina. The lessee is also the trainer Jack Daly of Jamestown, Ohio. Jeff Daly is up. The 8 is Raging Impulse. The lessee is Kenneth Roebuck of Urbana, Ohio, trained by Don Knight with Jim Daly. And for the outside of the 9 is Quickly Took Over by Elizabeth Brandt of Logan, Ohio, trained and driven by Dave Myers and the Sulky. They're all fan trotting in, firing away from the inside. And there goes the 3, Joy's Last Girl. Middle of the track, driving out. There is DYNA Slick. From the outside and crossing over, that is Raging Impulse as they trot into the first turn and over to the opening quarter. Raging Impulse with the lead here. Now trotting up on the outside. DYNA Slick wants nothing to do with a 2-hole trip and is driving on to the top here. DYNA Slick away in 2 now. That'll be Raging Impulse trotting in 3rd. That is Joy's Last Girl. Away in 4th on the inside. That is Quickly Took Over. Caught to the outside. In 5 is Striking Sabrina as they trot by the opening quarter in 28 and 4/5. Along the inside, trotting in 6, that is Tropical Paradise. 7th there along the inside is Rachy Bug. 8th up on the outside there, that's First Fiddler. And 9th and trailing the field, that is Peaceful Sakra as they roll under the wire with 5/8 of a mile remaining and trot around the clubhouse, turning on over to the half. And from the outside, Striking Sabrina sticks ahead in front. DYNA Slick is battling back on the inside. These 2 in hardball here as they trot around to the halfway mile mark of the race. They're at the half. They're halfway home. 57 and 3/5 off the turn and driving down the backside. DYNA Slick and the earplugs are out on this one already, leading it here by length and a half. On the inside, Striking Sabrina is now trotting in 2. 3rd is Raging Impulse. 4th is Joy's Last Girl. Fanned outside, racing in 5. Here comes Quickly Took Over. Was 5th, now 4th and moving up on the outside of there. Towing along a Rachy Bug as they track towards 3/4 and on top DYNA Slick with the lead here by 2.5. Racing by 3/4 and 127 and 4/5. They'll trot the final turn and head for home in your 2 to 5. Punter's Choice, DYNA Slick on top here by 5 and widening with every stride. To the inside, Striking Sabrina could not go with him in 2nd. Quickly Took Over, trots into the 3rd. Off the turn to the top of the stretch, driving through Power Alley. On top, DYNA Slick is opening up and drawing away with every single stride. Much the best here, DYNA Slick. Gate to wire. Finishing 2nd's going to be Striking Sabrina. 3rd of the 9 Quickly Took Over. The top of the mile, 158 flat. DYNA Slick. DYNA Slick, 6-year-old bay outing by Carry the Message out of a dainty hill mare. She by BF Coletown by Thomas Owen Tharps and James Shigner of Ohio, New York, trained by Tom Tharps, very capably driven to victory by winning driver Bob Harper. The 5 DYNA Slick trotting home at 158 flat. $5,796 is now official. 480.